Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video. This is video number 2 of the Crop Production Show 2022. It's actually now the end of the show. Everyone's moving everything out, getting everything all ready to head back to the specific dealerships. And with our big, large ag, all our big equipment here, we won't be moving it out for a day now. So it is Thursday, and we probably won't be moving it out till Friday morning, or else sometime early next week. But anyways, I figured I would continue on with the videos and show you a little bit more of the stuff that we got here sitting in our booth. Even though the show is done, I can at least now maybe fly my drone a little bit and yeah, get some good video for you guys. So here we are at the back side of the booth, this big, mean Class 9 Fendt combine. And I think we're gonna wander over right now to the Versatile booth and check out that beauty with the black frame, that 2022 Deltatrack. Anyways, here we are with the 2022 Versatile Deltatrack 620. This thing is an absolute beast. So the first thing we can tell right off the bat, the differences between the 2021 and the 2022 Versatile is, of course, that black frame, and then the new badging. This black frame goes all the way around to the tractor, as well right to the hitch, and I think it looks really good. It really makes those tracks stand out and pop, and it kind of offsets everything. They left things like the PTO red, as well as a few other hints of red in here, and it looks super good. That black frame, it really makes those tracks really pop and stand out. The next thing we can see is this tractor is now a 620. It got a little bit of a horsepower bump, but with that little bit of a bump, we'll also find a redesigned and bigger cooling package. So for just that little, it's went from a 610 to a 620. They actually completely redesigned and made the cooling package bigger, just to make sure that that engine stays cool and it's got enough cooling to compensate for the power. It still has that X15 Cummins engine, that 14.9 liter, and as well as there's been a couple filter change ups in a couple spots to make them a little bit easier access. So then what else are some of the changes between the 2021 and the 2022 Versatiles? And one is actually at the back here. It's a redesigned hydraulic system. It is, I still believe, the same output, everything, but they've changed things up just slightly. They've taken the hydraulic block, I believe it was one big stack, one big tower, and they've actually split it, as well as they brought it down a little bit further and closer to the hitch of your tractor. It seems like a small little change, but it is actually a big one. It's really helpful. I know of a couple customers, when it was kind of a little more set back, they actually had to go onto their air seeder and they had to kind of move hoses around on there just to give them a little bit more room to get up there. So this is a nice change. This is really nice, and it will actually help out a lot of guys. You look at a bunch of other brands and they're all nice and close to the hitch, so this one is now too. Still one of my favorite parts, that drawbar goes right to the center of the tractor to do all the pulling. There's also updated LED package, so you can choose to have some pretty crazy intense LEDs, really brighten it up even more than they already were. Another upgrade in 2022 will actually be the tracks. These are the old series of tracks, but when you do go to the 620 Deltatracks, they will actually have that heavy ag track. It will be just a little bit of a heavier track because of all the horsepower. They've also changed our transmission. This transmission, it's not really a change. These transmissions, I believe, are the same ones that were in the scraper models, the construction ones, and they've now actually just brought them through to the ag side, and there might be a little bit more throughput in each gear. It's a bit of a bigger transmission. There's nothing wrong with the old ones, but it just something a little bit of a change, a little bit bigger, a little bit more throughput, a little bit of a smoother shifting, and that'll be a nice feature. And then in the cab, not too much has changed. Maybe a couple more USB ports, a couple more phone holders, and couple more mounts. And then a newer seat, a little bit upgraded. And yeah, it's still the same old, big, quiet, really quiet, Versatile cab. Throughout the week here, when people were coming into the booth and crawling all over this thing, I kept telling them, get in the cab, get in the cab. They get into this cab, spread out their feet, and they really notice how big and spacious this thing is. Oh, we also got updated sound system within the cab. That's one more thing I forgot to mention. I think I forgot a couple little things here and there. Some of the filters to change ups, they actually might have been done in the last generation, but people are noticing those. They're going into the engine bay and looking, and they're like, oh, they've moved that filter. That's a good thing. So they've really taken this tractor that is a simple, proven workhorse and refined it, tweaked things, moved things, just made it a little bit better. You can always improve on things, and I'm ready to ride and drive one of these tractors. This black frame, I really like it. It makes it really pop, especially those decals as well. Those new Versatile badging on the side. It really does look good. I don't think this is a new terminal, but it could be. These tractors actually just kind of got released, and this is my first one that I've ever actually seen in person. This was the first time I've seen a 2022 Deltatrack or a 2022 Versatile in person, and yeah, it's nice. It's a little overwhelming at some points when you're going around the show, seeing all the new equipment. Now walking back to the AGCO booth. We're passing right through the Salford booth. They cleaned up pretty quick. Got a big 8611 Valmar behind us there. But here we are back at the AGCO booth here. It's getting kind of later. People are starting to wrap up their cleaning up of their booths, and I think I'm just going to take off. All this stuff is actually heading back to the shop, to Full Line Ag in the city here, so I got more than ample time to dive through the rest of this stuff So I'm gonna call it here. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and hit that subscribe button down below, and we will see you in the next one.